Welcome to Self-Worth by Design, a podcast about building life, work, and wealth from internal self-worth rather than external approval. I'm Cristina, and each week we explore the values, practices, and lived experiences that help you stop outsourcing your worth and start designing your life from the inside out. This isn't about fixing yourself. It's about remembering who you are and choosing from that place. The moment I stopped asking for permission. Before confidence, before boundaries, before wealth, there is self-trust. And self-trust isn't something you build by doing more. It's something you remember by listening again. This month, in Self-Worth by Design, I'm starting with the foundation, self-trust. Not the loud kind, not the I've got it all figured out kind, but the quiet, steady knowing that lives in your body before your mind gets involved. For a long time, I didn't realize how often I was asking for permission. Not out loud, but energetically. Asking friends, family, and mentors is something that we grow up with, right? It starts in our childhood. We have to have permission for everything, for when we eat, for when we get off the table, for when we get off the couch, if mom had just cleaned the floors, for when I could go outside, permission to speak at school, permission to go to the bathroom. We come from a very, very programmed upbringing, very much needed, if I may say so. I'm not saying anything wrong about all the permission that we need when we're children, all the please don't put your finger in the outlet kind of a situation. We need all that stuff, but it also is something that we need to unlearn. And when it comes to having your own business, creating your own things, it's kind of hard because you're surrounded by your friends, family, and mentors. So you're always sort of counting on them to cheer you on, to say good job, or to criticize what it is that you're doing, because they're quick to criticize, maybe by routine itself. That's just what they do. So there's a time where you have to sort of start trusting yourself and knowing that that is the thing that you want to do. And that's why sometimes we act without asking, right? Some of us run away. Some of us just do what people around us would call crazy things, but it's because we're just too fed up with asking for permission. We're growing into adulthood, and the only way sometimes to become the person that you trust is by rebelling against all of the things that you have to ask, right? So it's hard. It's hard. What I didn't understand then was this. Every time I asked someone else to confirm my knowing, I was teaching myself not to trust it. So you become accustomed to not trusting yourself. And that has a cost. Self-trust isn't confidence. It's not certainty. It's not having proof. Self-trust is the willingness to listen to yourself before you look outward. Intuition is often quiet. Doubt gets louder when we override ourselves. Overthinking is often mistrust in disguise. When self-trust is missing, identity feels unstable. When identity is unstable, everything else feels harder. Relationships, money, time. Think about a recent decision, big or small, before you asked anyone else. What did you already know? That knowing matters. This week's practice is simple and powerful. When a decision comes up, pause. Put one hand on your body. Ask, what feels true for me right now? What feels true for me right now? Wait for the first answer, not the polished one. You don't have to act on it yet. Just listen. Self-trust doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present. This month isn't about fixing yourself. It's about remembering how to listen. Ask yourself this week, what would this look like if I trusted my worth? Self-worth isn't something you earn. It's something you practice. Thank you for listening to Self-Worth by Design. If you found value here, subscribe, share, or leave a review. It's how this work continues to grow. And remember to always ask yourself, what would this look like if I trusted my worth?